Former U.S. First Lady Michelle Obama left the White House armed with high popularity ratings for her dedication to improve American lives. But she dared to do more for Africa and the world with her education initiative, Let Girls Learn. And joining me now to talk about the former First Lady's contribution to girls' education in the continent is Dr. Martey-Ochola, President of the Sub-Saharan Africa Chamber of Commerce. Christine, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you.
Let's first of all look at this initiative. And what do you think is Michelle Obama's impact on this initiative for the continent of Africa?
I would say probably her biggest impact has been motivating people to elevate the need to pay attention to girls' education and the gap that existed, and probably still does exist, between boys' education and girls' education, and really making it a forefront conversation, mobilizing the grassroots to put in place resources, look at policies, look at public education and how that is being made accessible to girls. And because of that, we've seen a big decrease in the gap that was there. Last check, I think there's almost 36 million more girls accessing primary and secondary education over the past 5-6 years compared to before this became a really front and center conversation.
And you know, she did this with a lot of dedication. We saw her go to Liberia, go to a couple of countries, even, you know, elsewhere other than the continent of Africa. But I think maybe one of the challenges, as you and I come from the continent of Africa, is the way we have this patriarchal society where men think that, you know, traditionally we saw that. We take the boys to school. And the girls go work with the mothers and they don't have to go to school. It wasn't a priority. You think that is changing? And does this, you know, impact from Michelle, who the world looked as somebody who we needed to learn from, somebody who came from here and wanted to impart that kind of knowledge and impact on the continent? Do you see that happening?
You know, I think it's happening. I've seen it happen. And the reason I say that is because, you know, there are multiple conversations she's had with various groups, whether they are not-for-profit organizations, whether they are government entities, whether they are first ladies from various African countries, where the conversation has moved from, okay, let's let the girls go to school, to what are some of the cultural biases that are preventing girls from being able to thrive in the classroom environment. So let me give you an example. You know, and this is something she talked about. You have a situation where a girl and a boy wake up in the morning, they're both allowed to go to school, right? But at the end of the day, when they come back, the boy can sit down and do his homework, but the girl's gonna go out for firewood, she's going to get water, she's going to cook, right? She'll probably take care of her younger siblings, maybe massage her mother's back or wash her dad's feet. I mean, I'm sure you can recognize some of that.
So the boys get to do...
So the boys get a chance to continue with the academic path and strengthen that, whereas the girl does all of the a lot of the home management affairs, and then sometime late at night does her work. So what Michelle did was she encouraged people to pay attention to what are the cultural issues that are preventing girls from actually excelling.
Let's look at some of the African first ladies who have made an impact and made quite some contributions to their communities. In fact, what comes to mind maybe immediately for me is the First Lady of Kenya, Margaret Kenyatta, who has done some work on Beyond Zero, trying to save people's mothers' lives and the children. And I'm sure you have a couple more. What can you tell us about that?
I mean, I would say for Beyond Zero, one of the biggest things, that Margaret Kenyatta was trying to do was to reduce the infant mortality rate and death rates from mothers who are in the process of giving birth. And she put in place a mobile health system that would go to various remote villages, right, to help women traverse this, what should be a natural process of giving birth in a situation where they're not afraid.
And I believe there are others, because we're running out of time. Aisha Buhari doing some work.
Aisha Buhari is doing a lot of work. She had been indicated as someone who, her husband indicated that, you know, he may not have known her political affiliations, but he knows that she's wedded to his kitchen. Because of that, it's motivated her to get more girls paying attention to not only their education, but
many more African first ladies are doing a lot of work
Monica
to
Gaingos from Namibia is doing phenomenal work with her One Economy Foundation.
Dr. Christine, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.